This is a CBS News special report. I'm Maurice Dubois. The conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot in the neck during an event at Utah Valley University earlier this afternoon. The 31-year-old was the CEO and the co-founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative organization. CBS News confirmed there had been threats against Kirk. A Utah Valley spokesperson says a suspect is not in custody. A motive is not known at this time. President Trump just posted on Truth Social the following: the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. The statement there from President Trump as Charlie Kirk, we are told now, has died. Scott McFarland, our justice correspondent, with me now from Washington. Scott, when it comes to the investigation, we were told earlier that there was a suspect, and now we're told that person has been let go.
Yeah, a university statement given shortly after the shooting, it said that suspect was in custody and that the campus is closed. The university then changed the statement to reflect that a suspect is not in custody, or they took that part away from their statement, which gives the indication that there is either a manhunt underway or a suspect about which we don't know the condition or the location. The FBI and the ATF are among the investigators on the scene, along with local police. But let's take a look at that Utah Valley University statement. It says on September 10th, 2025, 12:20 at Mountain Time, a single shot rang out in the quad near the food court on the Utah Valley University Orem campus. That's as Mr. Charlie Kirk began speaking at his planned rally. We can confirm that Mr. Kirk was shot. We don't know his condition. The suspect is not in custody. Police are still investigating. Campus is closed for the rest of the day. So you have federal law enforcement on scene. You have university police and local police. The FBI's Salt Lake City field office is there as well and responding. But there's no information now as to if there's a suspect that's known to law enforcement, where that suspect is, if a suspect is wounded, in custody, or otherwise. So we'll wait to see what law enforcement has to tell us, but that's...
President Trump is calling for the death penalty in the stabbing death of a Ukrainian woman on a Charlotte commuter train. The Justice Department has announced federal charges against DeClaris Brown Jr. He's accused of last month's murder of Irina Sharutska in an unprovoked attack inside a light rail car. North Carolina has also charged Brown with first-degree murder. ABC Justice Department reporter Alex Mallon is here with more on that. So, Alex, what's the latest in this case?
Well, we know that this federal complaint was unsealed yesterday, charging DeCarlos Brown. And in that document, they detail what we saw in that horrific video, how after Irina entered the train, she sat down for about 4 minutes, and then DeCarlos Brown allegedly got up and stabbed her in the neck 4 times. You can see in that horrific video of him walking away, blood dripping down from his hands onto the ground. Obviously, the Justice Department getting involved here after he was charged at the state level. This really kind of shows how the Justice Department believes that this needs to be elevated to the national consciousness. We've heard over and over again, President Trump, the White House yesterday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, really elevate this case. They are trying to make this as an example of democratic governance in big cities and lax crime policies, in their words. And that's, I think, what we're going to see. They have to return an indictment now against DeCarlos Brown. So that's really the next step that we're going to see in this federal case, Diane.
So what does it mean for him now to be facing both state charges and federal charges?
Well, this federal charge is actually very interesting. It was created under the Patriot Act in the wake of 9/11. It's very unusual for the Justice Department to bring this, but obviously it is death penalty eligible. So if he is convicted of this charge, Attorney General Pamela Bondi has said that she urged federal prosecutors in his case to seek the maximum penalty if he is convicted. So we'll see these cases play out. Usually federal cases play out in a more slow fashion than state cases. So you'll likely see the state case go first to trial, and then if he does not plead out in this case, that will happen similar to his federal trial.
All right, Alex Mallon for us. We appreciate it as always, Alex. Thank you.
Investigators say what should have been a peaceful Saturday morning walk at Kiesel Park turned into a brutal crime scene. On Monday, prosecutors confirmed they will seek the death penalty against the accused killer of Dr. Julie Chanelli. 28-year-old Harold Rashad Dabney III is charged with 2 counts of capital murder, murder during a kidnapping, and murder during a robbery. Monday afternoon, Dabney appearing before Judge Jeff Tickle for his 72-hour initial hearing. Cameras were not allowed inside. The judge appointing 2 defense attorneys, setting no bond in the case, and a preliminary hearing is set for October 8th to determine if the case will go before a grand jury. While the defendant was in court for his initial appearance here at Conceal Park, investigators have gone and the gates are open. And as you walk through right here, you see 2 bouquets of flowers, a powerful but tender reminder that the Auburn community is in mourning over the death of Dr. Julie Shenelly. Investigators believe Dabney ambushed Shenelly along the park trail, dragged her into the woods, then stabbed her multiple times with a bladed object. They allege he then stole her red F-150, later abandoning it in a creek bed off Lee Road 137, less than 5 miles from the park. By Sunday morning, investigators got the tip they needed. A suspicious person call came in from Beehive Road, just down the road from the crime scene, and that's where officers took Dabney into custody. For now, he remains behind bars at the Lee County Detention Facility as Auburn mourns the loss of a wife, mother, sister, friend, and veterinary professor remembered for her knowledge and compassion. Reporting in Auburn, Elizabeth White, WRBL News 3.
What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful warm Thursday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Wow, there's been a lot of lives lost here in the past week or two, okay? Starting with Charlie Kirk. The infamous Charlie Kirk. You know, I hear he was the leader of MAGA, you know, and he had a lot of different views on things. Some of the views I agree with, you know, but other than that, I really didn't listen to him much, you know what I mean? Because I really didn't even know nothing about no Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's just how detached I was about it. But after I did a little research, you know, I agreed with some of the things he was saying. But, you know, I still know what he was really about, if you understand what I mean. Now, as far as those other 2 situations go, what a shame, and you have my condolences, you know what I'm saying, to the bereaved families about those situations. But sometimes I can't help but to think that some of the things that are going down that's made specifically known to the public is propaganda. You know what I mean? I'll make it clear, saying it's not that I'm saying that these things didn't actually happen, but it just makes you wonder, okay? It makes you wonder. And the reason why I say that is because of the distractions. They continually wants to give the public something to be distracted by, and awfully ends, a lot of times they used as a means to an end, as to like these officials or somebody, you know what I mean, high profile, you know, get took out, okay? Major distraction. Now, some of you may be wondering why you're looking at this ugly thing right here. And it's from the movie Run. It just was released this year about aliens coming to this earth and attacking people, okay, and killing people, all right, and what have you. Now, over the past, this past month in August, 3 weeks ago, we had this story or article coming out about what they named 3-Eye Atlas hurtling towards Earth at breaknecking speed. Okay, and it is, you know, it has to, you know, it has its own energy. It's nothing like a comet or asteroid or anything like that. You see what I mean? Has its own energy, you know, gives off radiation or whatever, you know, carbon. You know, it's growing a tail, you know, all kinds of things about this 3-Eye Atlas. But what they didn't tell us was last year, off the coast of Yemen, all right, there was what they call, I call them UFOs, because that's what I was, you know, brought up, you know, reading about UFOs, but they call them UAPs. And off the coast of Yemen last year, One appeared, and it was flying over the ships there, U.S. ships. So a drone actually shot a Hellfire missile at this UFO/UAP, and the Hellfire missile just bounced off of the damn thing, did not hurt it at all. Now, you know, and the Hellfire missile kept going on within its path, which we're going to see in the next upcoming couple clips that I got of Congress actually, you know, having a meeting about it. You see, these are the things I'm talking about. And I've been telling you guys for a while, for those of you that's been riding with us, you know, what's on its way on this earth. As a matter of fact, what's already here. I've been even showing you the pictures and everything. And, you know, pretty much telling my people to get ready. You know, because there's been some serious tribulation that's coming up on this earth, and then that's already been prophesied in the Most High's word. But a lot of people, they don't think about the Most High's word. They don't study his word or nothing like that. We are in the last stretch of this paradigm in time. We are in the book of Revelations, okay? And that's just what it is. And there's things coming up on this earth. It's already in Luke. I keep harping on this. Luke chapter 21, verse 25 through 26. Do your homework. You know, read those things. Because they ain't making these movies for nothing. And now, it used to be a time, okay, where people would say back, let's say, for example, when I was coming along, 70s and 80s, or what have you, they would, you know, somebody seen a UFO, they seen a UFO, and nobody would even believe it. The government would even say there's no such things as such. I don't know what, you know, they're just sweeping under the curve. All the time they knew. But now everyday people like us are starting to see these things. Matter of fact, back in 2022, me and Joan actually seen one, got it on video, shown this thing flying over us. And then we was in the car. I made the video. I'll see if I can put the link in the description box. But we were in the car. When that thing noticed, and it was way up in the sky, that we were talking about it, and we put the camera on it, you know, and what have you, took off. Just like that, you know, took off. So they are highly advanced, whatever it is. I think I already know what it is, you know, because Revelations already speaks about it, you know, but it just took off just like that. You know what I mean? Gone. Time it got our attention, and it had our attention, gone, just like that, just took off. You see, these are the things that I'm talking about, and the government is starting to be more transparent about what is out there now. They have no other choice but to. Why? Because these things that's coming to this earth is making their presence ever so more known, to where you can't hide it anymore. You see. But yeah, this movie right here, I plan on checking it out sometime right here. But look, people, get ready. But without further ado, I want us to check out a couple of clips, and then we're going to come back and complete the commentary.
Real quick, I'd like to ask the committee to replay that video that Burleson had played earlier. I want to ask every witness here, specifically ones that have sensor training or have been able to recognize some of this movements, real quick. So if you guys can please roll that real quick. Okay, while this is still rolling, Mr. Nusatelli, real quick yes or no answers. Are you aware of anything in the government, United States government arsenal that can split a Hellfire missile like this?
No.
And do whatever blob thing it did and then keep going? Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, how about you, Chief Wiggins?
Nothing to my knowledge, ma'am.
Okay, and how about you, Mr. Borland?
I prefer to answer that in stiff.
Okay, does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes.
Nat?
I had a different reaction. I was really happy that it got out. Thanks for providing
Curiosity
that.
kills the cat. All right, Mr. Borland?
Yes, for
Okay. All right. That is the.
A close encounter on Capitol Hill with Representative Eric Burleson showing some whistleblower video during a hearing about UFOs. It seems to show a U.S. military drone shooting a missile at an unidentified object just off the coast of Yemen last year. But as CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie Daggett reports, the aerial mission did not go as planned.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
When a Hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid, there's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. What seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected or in some case perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750 new UAP sightings in the 2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
yes.
Wiggins?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too. There's a lot of information that's not in that video, like what mission they were on, and as they said, what are we even looking at here? We do know that the U.S. military was conducting airstrikes against Houthi targets at the time. Pentagon officials tell CBS News, no comment.
Now, nothing of this world could withstand an impact from a Hellfire missile, okay? Nothing. That lets you know right there. Whatever this thing was not of this world. Whatever that vehicle was, it's more like indestructible compared to, the things that we've known as far as planes and, things like that to fly, on this earth. Nothing can withstand the impact from something like that. You think about it, okay? This is why I always say this particular paradigm in time is about wrapped up. When you start seeing things like this, get ready. Get ready. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about making my lesson about, tomorrow, about this kind of thing right here. It's fin to get deep, people. And the government knows it. They can't hide it anymore. You see, this is the reason why movies like this are coming up. What I find funny is that after, let me just put it to you like this. First, it was the 5Gs. You see? And then the C-19. You see? And then it was the V before the X. And now, what do we see hovering in the night skies or day skies and being shot down? Well, not shot down, but shot at. You see the stages right here? The red carpet is being laid out for what's coming. And that is 666. The 6th trump, the 6th vial, and the 6th seal. Might not have them in the right order. I don't know. I think it's the 6th trump though. And the 6th seal. And the 6th vial was poured out on the earth. And when it makes itself known, it's not going to be pretty. It's not. This is the reason why we're always reminding you guys to get ready, stock up on your food, your water, and what have you. Everything that you need. Stock up, because the time is going to come. You're not going to be able to just go to the storehouse to get what you need to survive. Okay? There's not going to be communications. All that kind of stuff is coming to an end. Okay? And that's just what it is. It's about surviving for what's to come until our Redeemer comes, because our Redeemer is coming after this nightmare that we're about to face eventually. That's all I got on this one, people. Tell me what you think about this particular situation right here. Hopefully you can, because the little powers that be, so happy about, keeping you guys from being able to voice your opinion, what have you. But if you can, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Share this video if you can. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.